or we will have another agreement to replace the Paris Agreement. The Paris Agreement is ending in 2020. Greetings everyone, and welcome to the Environmental Matters Feed Spot, where we talk about environmental issues and matters climate change. My name is Petronila Adhiambo. Welcome, Esther.
Thank you so much.
Karibu sana.
Thank you.
Yes. From our previous video, we talked about the topics that we are going to discuss. I think we should just say our conversations. Let's have a conversation rather than a discussion. Yeah. So we talked about the topics that we're going to have conversations on. And one topic that I mentioned was the Paris Agreement and why we need to keep the 1.5 alive. This will help center our discussions into what Kenya is doing towards achieving the nationally determined contributions that are part of the Paris Agreement. Let me not go into the jargons and the big words, but Esther, what is the Paris Agreement? I remember we talked about it previously on our YouTube channel, on one of the videos. You can just go through the videos that we did. But for anyone who's watching us for the first time, what is the Paris Agreement?
Okay, for the benefit of those who are watching us for the first time, the Paris Agreement is an international climate treaty, and it aims at limiting global warming by 2 degrees Celsius and best 1.5 degrees Celsius.
Wait.
Yeah.
Limiting global temperatures to 1.5, best. Please repeat that. There's a lot of mathematics and numerical. Please just repeat that.
Okay, the Paris Agreement aims at limiting it at 2 degrees Celsius.
2 degrees Celsius.
But best is 1.5 degrees Celsius.
Yes. Yeah. And one thing to note that I also learnt about is limiting the global average temperature.
Yeah.
We have only one Earth, as people always say.
Yeah.
Meaning that if the global average temperatures increases, remember the word is global, it affects everywhere.
Everybody.
The warmer countries become more heated, the colder countries become colder, and there's just a shift in how the normal conditions of the environment operate. Yeah. So that's why when we mention that the effect of increasing our temperatures by 2 degrees is quite high. It's quite high. It might look like just two, I mean, but it's quite high because it affects the whole country. Yeah. Right now, we might have, there are statistics that show that we might have increased the global temperatures by 1 degree Celsius. And we can already feel the effects, the extreme weather events and all that. So the question is, will we be able to make sure that we limit our temperatures below 2 degrees Celsius by 2025 or 2050? I don't know. So how do we achieve the target? How do we achieve the target of reducing our emissions below 1.5? Yes.
So the Paris Agreement itself just gives an outline of the frameworks in which countries can collaborate to keep the dream alive.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's when we go to the NDCs, where countries are required to submit their ambitions, their climate actions, to the UNFCCC every 5 years. The first one came in 2020. We are anticipating another in 2025. And before that, we need to, of course, give a report in 2024.
Yes. Yes. And now, last year during the COP27, there were discussions that we need to create more ambitious goals. Does it, I don't know what you think, does it mean that right now we have less ambitious goals?
Me, I don't think we have less ambitious goals. I think what we submit as countries is good enough to help us realize the Paris Agreement and the 2 degrees, 1.5 degrees can be very much alive. But now we are not doing what we are supposed to do. That is
how are countries going to work together or collaborate to make sure that we keep the 1.5 alive? Because you've mentioned technology, capacity building, and something else? Finance. Yeah. How are you going to work around it? We've talked about financing before, but just hinted it as creating momentum for COP27. Yeah. But now that we're getting a deep dive into the Paris Agreement, could you maybe highlight more on that?
Okay, so in terms of financing, developing countries are supposed to get finances from developed countries to help them mitigate and adapt to climate change. And there needs to be a balance on the finances on mitigation adaptation.
Okay.
Measures that developing countries are supposed to take. And these finances, of course, need to be reported back through in 2024, how the financing has been done and how far we've come. And it's not only for the developed countries to report on the finances they have dispatched, but also the developing countries need to report on the utilization of the finances.
Okay.
And also in the Paris Agreement, there are also voluntary finance, people who want to finance.
Voluntarily, that is for the developed countries to the developing countries.
Yeah, those who want to finance voluntarily can do that, and they can also give any information to help in reporting in 2024 and 2025.
Yes.
So when it comes to technological transfer, there needs to be more innovation that can help to adapt to climate change, and also the developed countries can share knowledge and help in developing countries to have also technologies that are more efficient and technologies that can reduce our emissions to the environment.
Yes.
Also, those that are least developed are encouraged to adopt to technologies that are definitely going to reduce the emissions that is meant to the environment. At the end of it all, this all reporting on financing, capacity building, and the technological transfer is what will be taken in the global stock tech.
Global stock tech.
Yeah.
Please, we are trying to get the jargons out. What is the global stock tech?
So this global stock tech is just to see how far we've gone in terms of our emissions.
Yes.
And to realize the 1.5 degrees Celsius. So it's a combination of all this reporting from all countries.
Of how far they have reached in terms of achieving climate action or their NDCs.
Yeah, on how far they have come in terms of NDCs.
Okay.
And of course NDCs is just to reduce our emissions. So how far they have come, and this all information will be combined into one. That's what we call the global stock tech.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, it will be combined into one, and the result will be it will be universal.
Okay.
Like the efforts we've done as a globe together to achieve the 1.5 degrees. So that will help to give information on creating more ambitious plans, even as we move to
the second phase.
Of
the Paris Agreement. Will we though? That's the question.
That's a question, a very good question.
Yes, it is. Yeah. The question here is 1.5 dead? Are we going to limit our emissions by the time we are at 2025 when we are renewing our national determined contributions, or by then we would have exceeded? That is the main question. Thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe, like, share, and also tell us in the comment section what your thoughts are on keeping 1.5 alive. Are we going to make it?